I am now convinced the doubts surrounding your suitability as a prosecutor were indeed warranted. It's fine, Mr. Edgeworth. You can go. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
What are you saying, Kay? You can't just go along with him, pal.
But I don't remember anything. What if I really did kill that woman and then forgot about it? If that's true, her acknowledgement is the goddess's mercy. Atonement is her will. The goddess of law will surely praise you for your prudence.
Sebastian, and Judge Courtney, if you believe she is the culprit, on what basis do you make your accusations? Unless I'm completely convinced by your explanation, I will not obey your orders.
Fine, have it your way. Now sit tight, buckle up, kids. Listen to the perfect reasoning of the best.
Why we suspect Kay.
I am the best in the world. No one else can do what I do. Yes, that's why I was the first to realize that Kay Faraday is the culprit. She broke into the meeting room in order to steal something. What was it? What was she stealing? In other words, she's the only one who could have killed Mrs. Crane.
His logic's as awful as ever, sir.
Harsh words coming from you, detective. I asked for some basis to your claims, yet your reasoning has told me absolutely nothing. Circumstantial, conjectural, rubbish. However, we have no evidence to prove she didn't do it either.
Don't worry, Kay. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth will pull off a miracle, and you'll just barely not die. Just like always. It's not very comforting. You think my deductions are some kind of miracle work? Don't be superstitious. It's logic. I didn't install this button in my forehead for nothing. But better not disappoint me, understand, Miles Edgeworth? Because if you do, this whip of mine won't stay silent. It will give you such a talking to. All right. The best.
I am the best in the world. Do.
Already. I've noticed 2 contradictions in your testimony. Have you noticed that lots of people can do what you do, and that you're not that great? Here's my evidence. It's a mirror that I carry around. Boom, 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 boom.
My reasoning is flawless. It doesn't contain even a single contradiction.
The number of contradictions is just increased to 3. Every time you say a word, it seems to multiply.
Oh, I get it. This is all a part of your plan to mislead me, make fun of me. And are you negging me? Well, too bad, because the best will not be led astray. Yes, that's why I was the first to realize that Kay Faraday is the culprit.
Based on what? If you believe Kay is the culprit, then I would like to hear the basis for your reasoning.
Just sit back and be in awe of my brilliant deductions. Nothing escapes the watchful eye of the best. Before I had even laid eyes on the crime scene, no, before I was even aware of this case, yes, I knew that she was the culprit. Yeah!
Basis of your reasoning?
Yes, ma'am. Well, she broke into the meeting room in order to steal something.
To steal something? Steal what exactly?
That's,
What Kay Faraday tried to steal was a file. Its contents, to be exact, an investigation report regarding Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, do you have any evidence to prove she needed something like that?
Franny, there's a case going on. You don't want to know about it.
I am not the one who needs to present evidence. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
Yes, I suppose that may be true. At any rate, Sebastian, please continue your reasoning, and let's not talk about what anyone in this room may or not be on trial for incidentally.
In other words, she's the only one who could kill Miss Crane.
Do you have any evidence to prove that no one else but Kay could have committed the crime?
You can't really prove a negative like that, Edgeworth. You gotta have...
Nope.
Sebastian, let me tell you what would be the best thing for you to do. Look into any other possible suspects besides Kay right now. Post haste!
The best thing for me to do? Look into any other possible suspects? I never thought of that! According to the preliminary reports, there were no traces of anyone else besides her.
Even so, isn't it too premature to declare that she is the culprit?
Declaring that she isn't so early in the investigation is a little premature as well, is it not?
If only I had evidence that could prove Kay's innocence right now, instead of drawing it out all over the place. Good grief. There is a limit to how much you can falsely accuse someone.
It's fine, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have to.
Fear not, Kay. The truth will be revealed soon enough.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Wrong voice.
Kay couldn't have murdered Miss Crane. If I can just prove that, she will be cleared of suspicion.
I am the best in the world. No one can do what I do.
Okay. The first to realize Kay Faraday is the culprit. She broke into the meeting room in order to steal something. In other words, she's the only one who could kill Miss Crane. This is the statement that we're gonna have to get. Someone else must have come in at some point. The question is, how do we nail it? Is it with the security card? For entering the room was in the victim's possession. There was a head wound post-mortem. Oh, maybe how did she get out with the key card? There also must have been someone else there because someone pushed Kay. So that might be an important detail because of why she's been injured. I'm going to try the key card because it seems like the simple way to start. It's not the key card.
Mrs. West, there is a contradiction in your statement.
Is that true, Justine?
It is not, Sebastian. It is Prosecutor Edgeworth's statement that is contradictory.
Of course, there's no way there could be a contradiction in my argument.
Isn't it full of contradictions? My real problem is her rather than Mrs. DeBest.
Okay, alright. She's the only one. But someone else, we just had to prove that someone else was there. And the evidence, I think, is that Kay was pushed. No! Oh, shoot. Okay, alright. I need to spend more time thinking about this, apparently. Is this not the place to go? Oh, a ticket stub. 1928. So she was there, she didn't go there until 7:30 almost. But what was the time of death? Did they get that specific? They don't give a specific time. Sometime between last night and midnight. So if she stayed there the whole time, that doesn't get her off the hook. If she broke into the room in order to steal something, I was thinking of proving because, like, so it's clear from this letter. I promise I'll get it back for you, your most precious memory. Her most precious memory is the, oh, and it's from Jill, specifically. And who's the person who died. And her most precious memory is her promise book, not a file related to Edgeworth. That's why she was there that night. But you're right that if she was invited, she couldn't have broken in because you have to have a key card. You can't get in the meeting room without the card. So I know she's a great thief, but do we go big and try to throw the letter because it's from Jill, showing that she was invited? Or do we present the key card showing that it'd be hard for her to break in? Ah! The music stopped, okay.
It suddenly sounds like you are quite familiar with this room.
The best man for the job should know all about the best places.
Unfortunately, it seems that you are not the best man for the job.
Are you mocking me? I'm just saying my name. Just give me a break.
That's for you to decide. You didn't even know about this key card, did you?
Starting simple. Okay, good.
Of course I know about that. You needed to enter this room. But was it really needed though?
This foolish fool simply doesn't know when to give up. Sebastian, do you really suspect Kay?
That's right. She's the only one who could have done it.
Well then, allow me to ask you. Since this room can only be entered by using a key card, how did she enter the room without one?
Well, she probably used this and that and...
Oh, did you pull a muscle? Allow me to explain then. The door could only be opened by members of the PIC, which means...
Yes, that's correct.
She conceded so easily.
Take a look at this. It's a record of this room that I investigated just a while ago. At 12:15 a.m., the door was opened using Miss Crane's keycard.
Keycard record, okay.
It's probable that the killer entered the room together with the victim, Miss Crane. After entering, the situation must have soured, leading to the murder.
Your logic holds, but it is still merely conjecture. And it would imply that the killer and the victim were acquainted.
No way, pal. Kay doesn't even know the victim.
That is merely an assumption on your part, unless you have any evidence to prove your claim.
Evidence is everything in court and at the crime scene. Without it, your argument is invalid.
In that case, I trust that you have evidence to prove that Kay Faraday and the victim were connected.
Of course.
What? You do?
This letter
You have a bloody one.
was discovered by Dr. Young in Miss Crane's breast pocket.
The victim's belongings? Why did she withhold such vital evidence until now? Could it be she was waiting for the perfect time to reveal it? Come to think of it.
And the candelabra dealt the fatal blow. Estimated time of death is late last night. What is it, Justine?
Well, I do appreciate your enthusiasm. Perhaps you should give your tongue a rest. You might pull a muscle.
I'll read it for you. To Miss Crane, thank you so much for helping with my plan. I'm glad that we can help each other get what we want. It's like killing two birds with one stone. Please get revenge for 12 years ago. Kay. In other words, Kay Faraday and Miss Crane were accomplices. They probably planned to steal something from this room.
Preposterous! Wait. That means the main culprit is...
It's still Kay Faraday, of course. It just means the crimes have increased by yet one more.
Oh.
I'm the main culprit. Oh,
Don't believe it, Kay. It's all a bunch of nonsense. There's no way Kay would do something like that.
nonsense. Oh, not at all. The evidence speaks for itself. Wouldn't you agree?
I knew that they wouldn't suspect Kay unless they had some sort of proof. But to think they would actually have such decisive evidence.
Nicely done, Justine. Thank you very much.
Your explanation is still insufficient. I cannot accept such an argument.
Sebastian, would you please leave this to me? All right, make sure you shut Mr. Edgeworth up once and for all, because I don't like him, or love him, or idolize him.
I can't allow their allegations to gain any more momentum. I must turn it around here. Okay.
The relationship between Kay Faraday and Miss Crane is as documented in the letter. She roped Miss Crane into assisting her with her plan. However, for some reason, their partnership broke down. Miss Crane was murdered, but with her dying breath, she managed to retaliate. Her parting gift is this letter, which she tucked safely away in her left breast pocket.
Suspicious. Testimony's even better than ever. Maybe the most perfect it's ever been, sir. Are you gonna be alright, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, of course. How unsightly, Miles Edgeworth. Save your stoic act for some other time. We're not impressed.
Miss Von Karma, just whose side are you on?
I'm on nobody's side, Scrappy. When searching for the truth, it's best not to take sides.
Watch what you say, Miss Von Karma, or else Mr. DeBest is gonna...
Best, you say? Well, I can tell you that the side I'm on is always the...
How irritating. Wenn not you have one gimmick, you say your name, and then you are cocky, and then you sing, and shut up! Well, I suppose that's one thing we can agree on. He's irritating. Yes. Alright, Justine.
The relationship between Kay Faraday and Miss Crane is as documented in the letter.
And what kind of relationship did Kay have with the victim?
In the letter she wrote, "Thank you so much for helping with my plan." The relationship should be quite obvious. That's right. She wrote Miss Crane into assisting her with her plan.
I would like to hear about Kay's alleged plan in more detail.
Just as she wrote in the letter, she wanted to steal something. What's more, the sender of the letter is Kay Faraday, so it's obvious who the main culprit is.
That letter could have easily been forged. It doesn't prove that she planned to steal anything.
If memory serves me right, wasn't she a great thief?
She's taking a break at the moment. She's momentarily at least retired from thieving them. Doing. I doubt there is any thief who would inform a prosecutor about the upcoming crimes.
Perhaps she simply returned to her trade without you knowing.
I suppose I have no means of denying that possibility.
Kay Faraday planned theft, and Miss Crane got caught up in it. However, for some reason, the partnership broke down.
I have not played the Zero Escape series, although I have had them recommended to me a lot. So it's on my radar. For some reason, you say? It seems your explanation isn't very clear.
I'm sure the reason will become clear upon further investigation. But more importantly, there is no evidence to prove that Kay Faraday did not commit this crime.
Well, there is some evidence to suggest that she committed a crime. None of it can truly be called decisive evidence.
What about the letter that shows their complicity and the scene of the crime?
I think it's fair to say we cannot decisively rule out the possibility that she committed the crime. Miss Crane was murdered, but with her dying breath, she managed to retaliate.
Here's where things get a little conjecture-y, especially.
Do you have any evidence to prove that Kay was the murderer?
Haven't you been listening? We've been saying that this letter is the evidence.
Oh, and where in the letter does it say that she planned to murder the victim?
Well, that's... I got it. It's a hidden message written in invisible ink that can only be read by heating it up.
No.
Sebastian, I wouldn't get your hopes up for something like that. A few too many Agatha Christie novels, I think. There is, of course, evidence that points to her as the criminal. Her parting gift is this letter, which she tucked safely away in her left breast pocket.
Her left breast pocket? Her left breast pocket? I just want to look at this. Her left is the super bloody holy one. So it did get bloody, but like really bloody. Let's see what she says.
We searched the victim's left breast pocket as well, but you found nothing, I presume.
Naturally, the officer who found the letter immediately brought it to the best man on the scene. I'm talking about me.
The letter was safely tucked away in the left breast pocket, right above her heart.
Oh?
I believe this letter carries Miss Crane's will for the criminal to be arrested.
I have no interest in your beliefs. What I'm interested in is the truth. You said that the letter was in the left breast pocket of the victim, correct?
I swear by the goddess of law, there are no lies or mistakes in my statement. The letter was indeed discovered inside the victim's left breast pocket. The victim had been stabbed in the left chest area where the letter was hidden. This may very well be an important clue. I don't think that Kay wrote the letter. But unless I can draw out more information here, that thought means nothing. I should start by pressing her for more details.
Which I've done already, but okay. So her parting gift was safely tucked away in her left breast pocket, just above her heart. If she was stabbed in the heart, I don't think she would have had time to put it there. And if it was in that, I think it would have either also been stabbed, or it would be way bloodier than it is, because, you know, stab wound. Let's try the autopsy of, what does it say? Stab wound to the left chest, chest with a candelabra. The head wound was post-mortem. So I don't think she had a lot of time to tuck that away while bleeding.
Objection!
Yeah.
The victim held on to the truth until her dying breath. A truly touching story indeed. The voices of the dead are soft. One must listen carefully to hear their dying wishes. And Miss Crane has spoken. Kay Faraday is the culprit.
Perhaps the voices you have been hearing are actually the whispers of the devil.
Hey, don't make fun of Justine or the devil. Don't make fun of anyone. It's not nice.
Let's listen to the voice of reason, Judge Courtney. Please take a look at the autopsy report. There's no need. I remember it perfectly. The victim was stabbed in the left breast. No, it can't be. The letter was found in the victim's left breast pocket.
And that's where the victim was stabbed with the candelabra, right, sir?
Precisely. It wouldn't have been possible to stab her there without piercing the letter as well. So that begs the question. Why was the letter found in the victim's pocket? It's simple. It was placed there after the victim was murdered to throw suspicion onto Kay. Somebody intentionally wanted to create this very situation. In other words, there exists the possibility that the letter was forged by the true culprit. No! The real murderer tried to pin the crime on Kay. That is the only explanation for the letter.
And in doing so, the murderer ended up digging their own grave, right, sir? Was that a pun? I'm trying here. I'm trying so hard.
The culprit is K. Faraday. The letter was, yeah, it was actually found in the victim's other pocket.
Huh? What are you saying, pal?
The officer's report was wrong when he said the letter was in her left pocket. It's actually in the...
A foolish fool who continues to make a fool of himself. Is there no cure for your foolishness?
Why do you keep whipping me? And quit calling me a fool. I mean, it was funny like the first game you did it, but like lay off it is not your catchphrase, is it? Yeah!
I said use the trouble of punishing him yourself. Indeed, though I had no intention of punishing him. The letter is stained with blood, no doubt because it was found in the left breast pocket. There couldn't have been an error in the officer's report, unless you were the investigator.
Say something, Justine.
I see you have no objections, then allow me to continue. There is one more potential suspect in this case.
Don't be ridiculous. The killer entered this very room. There wasn't anyone else who did that besides K. Faraday and the victim.
To enter the meeting room, one needs a key card, and their reasoning assumes that the murderer and the victim entered the room together. This is what we overlooked. If we just discard that assumption, then this evidence reveals the other suspect besides K.
The keycard record, I would presume. Let's see what we've got here. Someone who doesn't have a username came in at 10:15. So...
Take that! This is the keycard record Judge Courtney handed me earlier. The victim's keycard was used at 12:52 a.m. and there was one more person who also used a keycard. So you're saying this person was waiting to ambush the victim inside the meeting room? The keycard was used at 10:15 a.m. I wouldn't say it's impossible. You'd have to be pretty patient. No, it's impossible.
And what makes you say that, pal? You got any proof? I'm just happy to be here.
Of course I do. I myself am that proof.
Did you use the card, Judge Courtney?
I was the one who used that key card after all. Does that make you suspicious, though? Is there something strange about a PIC member entering the PIC meeting room? That proves nothing. The fact that you were in here at all makes you a suspect. Or do you perhaps have any evidence that you didn't kill your colleague?
Overruled!
Such nonsense! What would I gain by murdering her?
Objection!
Allow me to reiterate what you said earlier. I'm sure it will all become clear upon further investigation.
Overruled!
Why would I, a faithful servant of the law, commit a crime? True enough, I entered this room. However, that alone is not reason enough to suspect me of a crime. If that is the case, please tell me why you entered this room. I had some business to take care of, and some preparations had to be made.
Preparations? That sounds pretty suspicious, pal.
Unfortunately, I cannot disclose what these preparations were. However, I'm sure you could hazard a guess, Prosecutor Edgeworth. So she was preparing for my hearing. She must have gathered all the necessary materials, but she can't have a hearing against me if I put her in jail. Okay, right, no. To take away my prosecutor's badge. Wonderful, wonderful! It's good to see young people go head-to-head so ruthlessly. Who is that? Oh! Whoa! Whoa!
That takes me back. When I was young, I'd always butt heads with this brash detective. And then one day, he just disappeared. I hope he's still doing well. Here comes the waterworks.
Chairman the best.
Is this your dad?
Did she just say the best?
Hello, Courtney. You sure are full of energy today. No, it isn't a little uncommon. Look how much you've grown since I last saw you.
Sir? It's been quite a while. I don't know who Beerus is, so sadly I don't get that reference. Sir, it's been quite a while.
Curtsy. You don't have to treat me like some sort of stranger, you know? Remember back in the old days when you'd sit on my lap and call me Unky Boo Boo? If we did it again, it wouldn't be creepy, right? Well, here I go again. Oh, how I cried back then, just filling my beard with tears.
Pops, what are you doing here?
Remember the PIC was killed, and I heard that you were in charge of the case. What kind of prosecutor's floated around by his own father?
Hold your tongue. Do you have any idea who this man is? When he was born, he was called the worst, and only by working hard has he become named chairman of the PIC, former chief prosecutor. He is the right hand of the goddess of the law.
No, Courtney. I'm just an old chunk of coal. There's no reason to speak so highly of me.
Please excuse my subordinate's behavior. I am
Prosecutor Edgeworth, isn't it? Along with his trustiest sidekick, Dick Gumshoe. Wah! I'm Blaze the Best. I'm the proud father of that idiot over there. He sucks. He's the worst. When that boy was born, me and the missus were happy as can be, you see. Now, I don't even know where she's gone to.
Pops, you need a handkerchief?
Yeah, Sebastian's an idiot. But he's such a good boy, you know. Man, he's dumb. You are dumb, Sebastian. I can't believe how bad your grades are all the time. And everything.
quite the doting father and son.
Now then, Courtney, how's the investigation going?
Sir, we've established that the culprit is Kay Faraday. We are currently focusing our efforts. There are too many uncertainties in this case. It's impossible to determine that she's the culprit. Surely you haven't forgotten the matter of the letter.
I already told you it was just a simple mistake. The letter was in another book. Ouch!
You talk too much.
No, it's all play nice. Everyone just calm down.
I'm sorry that you had to witness such an unsightly scene, Mr. Chairman.
Don't apologize, Courtney. I can follow everyone's logic, except Sebastian's, that is. Dumb! So dumb! I'm a good father.
Hey, Pops!
Chairman the best. I am a prosecutor. My duty is to bring criminals to justice. However, I won't make someone out to be a criminal without sufficient motive and evidence.
I heard about you and your relationship with the suspect, you know? To share such a strong bond with anyone.
Aren't you married?
Kay has assisted the police in arresting criminals countless times, pal. At least, 5 or 6 times. Impossible to count.
There are too many facets of this case that remain unexplored.
I see. The bonds of youth are a wonderful thing indeed.
Whoa! What did you... Hey, that might have been important.
But that's that, and this is this, What's that supposed to mean, huh? The prosecutor's office needs to resolve this case as quickly as possible. I mean, just think of all the other cases that are piling up. There's no time to waste here. It's unfortunate, but you understand, right? Edgeworth. What? Nothing. Okay, Faraday, huh? I'd like to arrest you now. You could just go to jail.
Okay.
No, I won't let you. Kay's innocent, pal.
To defy Chairman Best is to defy the law. It would be a grave act of disloyalty. In other words, a hearing won't be needed. Are you prepared to lose your prosecutor's badge?
That's Mr. Edgeworth's badge. You can't do that.
Using a prosecutor's badge as a shield? What has the PIC come to? Kay, you haven't done anything wrong. Mr. Edgeworth, it was only for a short time, but thank you for everything. I'm sorry I turned out to be a criminal. You will make sure to impart your confession to the goddess of law.
What should I do?
When I was young, I wanted to become a defense attorney, like my father. Someone who can fight to save those in need. And right now, this badge is holding me back. A mere badge for the life of a dear friend. I don't even have to consider it. Not even for a moment. All right. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
Hold it right there, Judge Courtney! What is it now, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
I present my badge.
This is your prosecutor's badge. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what is the meaning of this? Consider this my resignation. I am no longer a prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth. What are you doing? Explain yourself, Miles Edgeworth. We worked really hard to make you a prosecutor, but what are you doing? You can't be serious.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're joking, right? If you want a prosecutor, then I...
My only mission is to bring the truth to light. If it's the prosecutor's path to turn a blind eye to the truth, then that title is worth nothing to me. I will walk in the path that I believe in. I will not be stopped here.
Objection!
You're running away from Vankama. From me. No matter what you say, I don't intend to go back on my decision. So, you're leaving me behind again. I'll never forgive you for this. No, this is all my fault. I'm sorry. If only I weren't here. Wait, Kay! No! Detective Gumshoe, don't follow me. Bad dog, stay!
But Mr. Edgeworth, boss.
I'm not your boss anymore, Detective.
That's just too much, sir. It's always been you and me. We've always been a team.
Detective Gumshoe, you no longer need to follow my lead. You should try to accomplish whatever you can on your end.
This is bad. Well, we just let a dangerous criminal escape. I mean, we had a lot of police here. Probably should have stopped her. I cannot see out of these things at all. Yeah, how could I let her get away? And after all my hard work, you see.
Rest assured, Mr. Chairman, this area will be locked down immediately.
Good. I expect the best from you, Courtney.
To be continued. We're not a prosecutor anymore. find out what happens next time as we're a freelance defense attorney. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Tune in next time. See you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Press those buttons. Bye for now.